I don't remember exactly when I stopped counting the days. Maybe it was around day 47, maybe it was earlier. The small notebook I've been using to track time has water damage on several pages now, the ink bleeding into blue-black shadows that make the numbers hard to read. Doesn't matter much anyway. Time feels different up here. The treehouse wasn't supposed to be anything special, just something my neighbor built for his kids 3 summers ago, before they moved to Portland or Seattle or one of those places that doesn't exist anymore. Solid construction though. Real 2x4s, proper joinery, a slanted roof with actual shingles, not one of those rickety platform things that collapse when too many kids pile on. This thing could hold 4 adults comfortably. I know because we tested it at a barbecue once. Me and 3 other guys from the block, all of us drunk on IPAs and pretending we were 12 again. I'm the only one up here now. The rope ladder is pulled up and coiled in the corner. Has been since the second night. Can't risk it. Can't risk anything that makes it easy for them to reach me. The treehouse sits about 15 feet off the ground, nestled in the thick branches of an old oak that must be 60, 70 years old. The trunk is massive, probably 4 feet across, and the branches spread out like arteries. The treehouse itself is maybe 8 feet by 10 feet, with walls on 3 sides and the 4th side open except for a railing. There's a trap door in the floor where the ladder attaches. I keep it shut all the time now, weighted down with the cooler, even though the cooler is empty. From up here, I can see into 4 different backyards. Mine, the neighbors who built this, the Kowalskis on the left, the rental property behind us that always had different people moving in and out. I can see the back of my house, the sliding glass door that I left open when I ran. I can see right into my kitchen. The breakfast dishes are still on the table, 2 plates, 2 coffee mugs. Jennifer's is the one with the chip on the rim, the one she refused to throw away because her mom gave it to her. I don't look at the kitchen much anymore. The first one I saw was Mr. Kowalski. That was day 1, hour 1, minute 1 of this new reality. I'd been in my garage looking for the camping gear because the news was saying to prepare for potential evacuations. The emergency broadcast system kept cutting in and out. They were calling it a medical emergency then. Aggressive flu strain. Avoid contact with symptomatic individuals. The usual bureaucratic language that means everything is fucked, but they don't want to say it yet. Jennifer was inside packing clothes. We were going to drive to her sister's place upstate. Get out of the suburbs, wait it out somewhere rural. That was the plan. We had a plan. I heard her scream. The sound came through the open garage door, through the kitchen window. Not a horror movie scream. Worse. The kind of scream that's pure terror and confusion mixed together. The kind that means something is deeply, fundamentally wrong. I dropped the tent poles and ran. Through the garage, through the mudroom, into the kitchen. Mr. Kowalski was there. In my kitchen. Coming through the sliding glass door that Jennifer must have opened for air. Except, he wasn't Mr. Kowalski anymore. His face was gray, the color of spoiled meat. His eyes were milky, unfocused. His mouth was opening and closing, and there was this sound coming from his throat. Not words, just this wet, hungry moan. His shirt was torn. I could see the bite marks on his shoulder, on his neck. Dark blood, almost black, soaking through the fabric. He was moving wrong, jerky and uncoordinated, but fast, faster than he should have been able to move. He'd had hip surgery 6 months ago, complained about it constantly. Now, he was moving like the pain didn't exist. Jennifer was backing away, hands up, saying his name. Mr. Kowalski? Mr. Kowalski, are you okay? Do you need help? I grabbed her arm and pulled her toward the front door. Didn't think, just reacted. Some part of my brain that's smarter than my conscious mind saw what was happening and knew we needed to go. Now. But there were more of them in the front yard. Mrs. Patterson from across the street, still in her bathrobe. The teenager who delivered newspapers, his bike lying on its side in our driveway. Someone I didn't recognize. a woman in a business suit with half her face torn away. They all had the same gray skin, the same milky eyes, the same jerky, relentless movement. We ran to the backyard. Stupid. I know now. Should have gone up. Should have gotten to the second floor and barricaded ourselves in, but panic makes you stupid. We ran out the back door, Mr. Kowalski stumbling after us, and I saw them coming over the fence. 3 of them, 5, more, the tree house. I didn't even decide. My body just moved. I pushed Jennifer toward the oak tree, toward the rope ladder that was hanging down. "Climb," I said. "Climb now." She looked at me. Her eyes were so wide. "What about climb?" She climbed. I followed, my hands shaking so hard I almost couldn't grip the rungs. Below us, they gathered. Mr. Kowalski reached the base of the tree first. He grabbed at the ladder, his fingers closing on the bottom rung. I kicked at his hand, felt the impact through my shoe. He didn't let go, didn't even seem to notice. I kicked again, harder, and his fingers slipped off. Jennifer made it through the trap door. I climbed up after her, pulled myself into the tree house, and started hauling up the ladder, hand over hand, as fast as I could. Mr. Kowalski was reaching up, his arms extended, his mouth opening and closing. The others were gathering around the tree trunk, 8 of them, 10, a dozen. I pulled the last of the ladder up and slammed the trap door shut. We sat there in the tree house, breathing hard, listening to the sounds below, the moaning, the scraping, the wet, horrible sounds of them pressing against the tree, trying to climb, failing, trying again. "What's happening?" Jennifer whispered. "What's wrong with them?" I didn't have an answer. Still don't, not really. The news stations went dark on day 3. The last broadcast I saw before my phone died was chaos. A reporter standing in front of a hospital, her voice shaking as she described the infected as violent, contagious, driven by what appeared to be predatory instinct. She kept saying they weren't dead. "They're not dead," she insisted. "They're sick. This is a disease. They're still alive." Then something grabbed her from off camera and the feed cut out. Jennifer lasted 6 days in the treehouse. We had nothing with us. No food, no water, no supplies, just our phones, which stopped being useful when the cell towers went down. Just the clothes we were wearing. Just each other. The first 2 days weren't so bad. We were in shock, I think. We held each other and watched the chaos spread through the neighborhood, watched people run, watched them get caught, watched them join the others. The sounds were the worst part. The screaming would start high and desperate, and then it would stop, and then there would be another one of them. By day 3, the thirst was getting bad. Jennifer's lips were cracked. She kept licking them, which just made it worse. We tried to ration our spit, tried not to talk unless necessary. The sky was overcast, but it wouldn't rain. We needed it to rain. I could see the garden hose in my backyard, coiled up next to the spigot, maybe 30 feet away. Might as well have been on Mars. Day 4, Jennifer started talking about going down. "Just for a minute," she said, "just to get water. We're going to die up here." I told her no. Told her they were still down there. We could hear them, pacing, waiting. They didn't leave. That was the thing I'd noticed. Once they knew you were somewhere, once they'd seen you or heard you, they didn't leave. They just waited. Patient in a way that made no sense for something that seemed so mindless. Day 5, it finally rained. We cupped our hands and caught what we could. Tilted our heads back and let it fall directly into our mouths. It wasn't enough, not nearly enough, but it helped. Jennifer cried with relief, and I held her and told her we'd be okay. I was lying. Day 6, early morning, I woke up and Jennifer wasn't next to me. The trap door was open. I looked down and saw her in the backyard, running toward the house, running toward the garden hose. 3 of them were coming around the side of the house. She saw them, changed direction, headed for the back fence. She was fast, always had been. Ran track in high school, did marathons every year. She was fast, not fast enough. They caught her at the fence. I won't describe what happened. Can't. Won't let myself. I watched because I owed her that much. Because looking away would have been cowardice. But I won't describe it. Won't put it into words. When it was over, when she stopped moving, I pulled the trapdoor shut, and I didn't open it for 3 days. That was 7 weeks ago. Maybe 8. The notebook says 7, but the numbers blur. The treehouse has become my entire world. 8 feet by 10 feet, 80 square feet, smaller than a prison cell. I know every knot in the wood, every nail, every stain. There's a heart carved into one of the support beams, initials inside. MK plus RT, the neighbor's kids. I wonder if they made it. If Portland or Seattle was far enough away. The roof leaks in 2 places, one in the back left corner, one near the front. When it rains, put my empty water bottles under the leaks to catch what I can. I have 6 bottles now. Collected them one by one from the yard below during my scavenging runs. Yeah, I go down. Have to. No choice. The scavenging runs are what keep me alive and what might kill me. I've developed a system, learned it through trial and error, through close calls that still wake me up at night. The infected follow patterns. They're not random. They move through the yards in rough circuits, drawn by sounds, by movement, by whatever instinct drives them. But they're not coordinated. They don't work together. If you're patient, if you watch long enough, you can find gaps in their patterns. Early morning is best, right around dawn. They seem slower then, more sluggish. I don't know if it's temperature or light, or just coincidence, but I've noticed it enough times to trust it. They congregate more in the shade during the day, spread out at night. Dawn is the transition period. The gaps are widest then. I wait until I can see at least 3 of them moving away from the tree toward the other side of the yard. Then, I ease the trap door open, inch by inch, listening. Lower the rope ladder slowly. The rope creaks. Can't help that. But I do it slow enough that the sound is minimal, doesn't carry. Then, I climb down, fast but controlled. Hit the ground and freeze. Count to 10. If nothing comes, I move. The first scavenging run was pure desperation. Day 9, maybe day 10. I was dying of thirst. The rain had helped, but it wasn't enough. I needed water, real water. My house was right there. Kitchen tap, bottles in the fridge. So close. I made it to the sliding glass door. Stepped over the dried blood on the patio. Didn't look, couldn't look. The door was still open from when we'd run. Inside, everything looked normal. Surreal. Breakfast dishes, the coffee pot, Jennifer's phone charging on the counter. I grabbed bottles from the fridge, 4 of them. Considered going for food, but my hands were shaking so badly I was making noise. Bottles clanking together. I froze, listening. Heard movement from the front of the house, the wet shuffle of feet on carpet. Got out, climbed back up, pulled up the ladder. 2 of them came around from the front of the house, drawn by the noise I'd made. They gathered at the base of the tree and stayed there for 6 hours. Since then, I've been down maybe 20 times. Each time I learn something, each time I push a little further. I've mapped out the safe zones, the danger zones. I know which backyards have the most infected, which ones have supplies I can reach. My house is picked clean now. Everything useful is up here in the treehouse. Bottles of water, canned food, mostly soup and vegetables, things that were in the pantry. A manual can opener, thank God. 3 blankets, a tarp that I've rigged up to catch more rainwater, a first aid kit, batteries, a flashlight that I only use when absolutely necessary, a battery-powered radio that picks up nothing but static now. Clothes. I grabbed Jennifer's favorite sweater. Don't know why. Don't wear it. Just have it. The Kowalski's house gave me the most supplies. I got in through the basement window on day 15. They'd been preppers, sort of. Had a shelf in the basement with canned goods, bottled water, batteries. Not a serious bunker setup, just more prepared than most. I took what I could carry. Made 3 trips over 2 days. The last trip, misses. Kowalski came down the basement stairs while I was loading my backpack. I barely made it out the window, tore my shirt on the window frame, cut my ribs, still have the scar. The rental property is too dangerous. Too many of them congregate there. I don't know why. Maybe someone was hiding there and the sound drew them. Maybe there's a body. I don't investigate. My backyard neighbor's place, the one behind us, I got into once. Found some protein bars and a case of energy drinks. Also found a loaded handgun in the bedroom nightstand. I left the gun. I know what you're thinking. Why would I leave it? Protection, right? Defense. But guns are loud, so loud. One shot, and every infected thing within half a mile would know exactly where I am. And then what? I shoot them all? How many bullets? 6? 8? There are dozens of them. More coming every day, wandering in from other neighborhoods. And if I'm being honest, really honest, I left the gun because I don't trust myself with it. Because there have been nights up here, dark nights when the rain won't stop, and I'm cold and alone. And I can still hear Jennifer screaming if I close my eyes. Nights when a quick solution starts to seem reasonable. So I left the gun. I have other tools. A kitchen knife, sturdy blade, a hammer I found in the Kowalski's garage, a screwdriver. These are useful. Quiet. I've used the knife twice when I had no choice. Once on an infected that cornered me behind the garden shed. I don't want to talk about that. Once on a rat that got into my food supply. I cried after killing the rat. Not the infected, just the rat. I don't know what that means. The treehouse smells like mildew and sweat and something else. Something I don't have a word for. The smell of long-term survival in too small a space. I try to keep clean. When it rains, I strip down and wash myself with the runoff. It's cold, always cold, but it helps. Helps me feel human. I've set up a routine. Routines matter. Without them, the days blur together into nothing. Without structure, I'd lose my mind faster than I'm already losing it. Dawn. Watch the yard. Map the patterns. Decide if it's safe to scavenge. Morning. Eat something small. Half a can of soup, a few crackers, ration everything. I don't know how long I'll be up here. Could be months. Midday. Maintenance. Check the rope ladder for wear. Make sure the trap door is secure. Reinforce the tarp system. I've gotten good at basic carpentry. Found some nails and a hammer during one of the scavenging runs. Built a small shelf to keep my supplies organized. Built a rain collection system with the tarp and some PVC pipe I scavenged from the Kowalski's garage. The pipe funnels water into bottles. It works. I'm proud of it. Afternoon. This is the hardest part of the day. Nothing to do. Can't risk making noise. Can't listen to the radio. Batteries are too precious. Can't read. Didn't think to grab books during my runs, and now it seems too frivolous, too dangerous to risk a trip just for entertainment. So I watch. I observe. I've become an expert on the infected. I know their behavior patterns better than I knew my coworkers, my friends. They don't sleep. That's the first thing. They just keep moving, pacing, wandering, always searching. But they do slow down, especially in the heat of the afternoon. They seek shade. They move less. It's not sleep, but it's something. They respond to sound more than sight. I've tested this. Thrown pebbles to different parts of the yard, watched how they react. They turn toward sound instantly, shuffle toward it. But if you stay still, stay silent, they'll walk right past you. I've had them within 5 feet of me during scavenging runs. 5 feet. I could smell them. God, the smell like garbage and rot and something chemical. But I stayed frozen, didn't breathe, and they kept walking. They don't eat each other. I've seen them bump into each other, collide, even fall down together. But they don't attack each other. Only the living, only us. They decay, but slowly. Mr. Kowalski still looks like Mr. Kowalski, mostly. Grayer, thinner. His clothes are rotting off, but his face is recognizable. I wonder how long that lasts. Weeks? Months? Will there come a day when I can't tell who they used to be? Evening. Eat again. Another small portion, drink water. I'm good about water now. Learned that lesson the hard way. Night. This is when the fear comes. When the darkness fills the treehouse and I can hear them below, moving through the yard. Sometimes they moan, long, low sounds that might be vocal cords trying to form words. Might be nothing, just air passing through dead throats. I don't sleep much. Can't. The treehouse is open on one side, just the railing. No wall. When I lie down, I'm facing either the open side or the wall. If I face the open side, I'm terrified something will climb up, will appear over the railing. If I face the wall, I'm terrified something will climb up behind me. Catch-22. So I sleep in short bursts, an hour here, 30 minutes there. Always wake up gasping, heart pounding, sure that they've found a way up. They haven't. The tree is too thick to climb. The bark is smooth oak, no handholds. The lowest branch is 8 feet up, and even if they could reach it, they don't have the coordination to pull themselves up. I've seen them try. They just paw at the trunk, arms extended, mouths open. But fear doesn't care about logic. Week 3 was when I started talking to myself, out loud. Whispered conversations at first, then normal volume. Had to hear a human voice, even if it was my own. I'd narrate what I was doing. Okay, checking the water supply. 3 bottles full, 2 half empty. Need to ration better. Rain forecast says... Oh wait, no more forecasts. No more weather reports. Just what I can see. Week 4, I started talking to Jennifer. Full conversations. You were right about getting a generator, Jen. Remember that argument? You wanted to spend $2,000 on a backup generator, and I said it was paranoid. I'm sorry, you were right. Sometimes she answers. Not really, I know that. I'm not that far gone yet. But I imagine what she'd say. Her voice in my head, commenting on things, making jokes. She had a dark sense of humor. Would have made jokes about all this, found the absurdity in it. Well, she'd say, at least we don't have to worry about the mortgage anymore. I laugh at that. Alone in the treehouse, I laugh at my dead wife's imaginary joke. The sound is too loud. Below me, 3 infected turn their heads in unison, oriented toward the tree. They shuffle closer. I shut up. Week 5, I saw smoke to the north. Big plume, black and thick. Something burning. A building, maybe. A whole block. I watched it for hours. Wondered if it was accidental or intentional. Wondered if someone was alive over there, fighting back, signaling. The smoke rose for 2 days, then stopped. I never saw it again. Week 6, a dog came through the yard. German shepherd, skinny and limping. It sniffed around the base of the tree, looked up at me. Its eyes were clear. Normal, not milky, not infected. We looked at each other for a long moment. I wanted to call to it, to try to get it to stay. But the infected were close, and sound draws them. I watched the dog limp away through a hole in the fence. Didn't come back. Week 7, I found a family photo in the Kowalski's house. During one of my scavenging runs, Mr. and Mrs. Kowalski, their 2 daughters, all smiling at the camera. Beach photo, everyone in swimsuits. Happy. I took it, brought it up to the treehouse. I don't know why. Don't know what I planned to do with it, just seemed wrong to leave it there. I have a collection now. Small things from the houses around me. A child's drawing from the rental property, stick figures holding hands under a smiling sun. A coffee mug from my neighbor's house with "World's Best Dad" printed on it. The family photo, Jennifer's sweater. These things matter. They're proof that this was a neighborhood once, that people lived here, that we were real. Now it's week 8, or maybe 9, and I'm running low on food. The water is okay. The rain collection system works. And I've gotten good at purifying it by boiling it in a pot I scavenged, using a camping stove and fuel I found in someone's garage. But food is becoming a problem. I've scavenged all the nearby houses, cleared them out. There's more food further away, I'm sure. Other houses, other neighborhoods. But that means going further, staying on the ground longer, higher risk. I've been watching the house 2 doors down, the Hendersons' place. I can't see it well from the tree house, but I've observed the pattern of infected in that direction. Fewer of them. The yard is fenced, good fence, 6 feet of solid wood. If I could get there, if I could get inside, I'd have time, could search properly, could maybe find enough food to last another month. But it's 40 yards away. 40 yards of open ground. I'd have to cross 2 yards, climb 1 fence, stay quiet, stay fast. 1 mistake, and I'm done. I've been planning it for 3 days, watching, mapping, waiting for the right moment. This morning, dawn came with fog, thick fog, rolling through the backyards like something from a ghost story. Visibility down to maybe 20 feet. I can barely see the ground from up here. The infected are moving slower, confused by the limited sight lines. This might be my chance. I gear up. That's what I call it now. Gearing up. Like I'm some kind of soldier instead of a scared man living in a treehouse. I put on sturdy shoes, hiking boots I grabbed from my closet during an early run, jeans, a dark hoodie. The knife goes in my belt, the screwdriver in my pocket just in case. Backpack on, empty and ready to fill. I open the trap door, slowly. The fog makes everything quiet, muffled. I can hear them out there, the wet shuffle of feet, the occasional moan. But I can't see them. That cuts both ways. They can't see me either. I lower the ladder, climb down, hit the ground and freeze. 10 seconds, 20, nothing. I move toward the back fence, the one separating my yard from the Hendersons. The grass is wet with dew. My footsteps are nearly silent. I reach the fence, find the spot where the boards are loose. I discovered this 2 weeks ago. 3 boards that aren't nailed properly that I can push aside to create a gap. I squeeze through. The backpack catches on a nail. I freeze, heart hammering. Pull slowly. The fabric tears, but I get through. Henderson's backyard. I've never been here before, never had a reason to. They kept to themselves, the Hendersons. Nice enough, but not social. I think they were retired. I think they had a son who visited sometimes, drove a red pickup truck. The yard is overgrown. The grass is knee-high. There's a patio with a rusted barbecue grill, a table with an umbrella that's fallen over. The back door of the house is closed, might be locked, might not be. I move across the yard, slow and careful. The fog is my friend right now. I'm invisible in it. Something moves to my left. I drop into a crouch behind the barbecue grill. Wait, listen. Footsteps, the shuffle drag sound of infected movement. Close, 10 feet, 15. A shape emerges from the fog, male, I think, tall, wearing what used to be a business suit. The suit is torn, stained, his face is gray, mouth hanging open. He's walking a search pattern, back and forth across the yard, arms outstretched. He's between me and the house. I stay frozen. Don't breathe, don't move. The infected man shuffles past, maybe 8 feet away. So close I can smell him. Rot and chemicals and something sweet, like fruit left too long in the sun. He keeps walking, disappears into the fog. I wait 30 seconds, move again. The back door is unlocked. Thank God. Thank God. I slip inside, close the door behind me. I'm in the Hendersons' kitchen. It's dark. The power has been out for weeks, and the windows are covered with curtains. But enough light filters through to see. The kitchen is a mess. Not ransacked, just abandoned. Dishes in the sink, a half-eaten sandwich on the counter, green with mold. The refrigerator door is hanging open, and the smell coming from it is rancid. I breathe through my mouth. The pantry is in the corner. I open it. Jackpot, cans, boxes, jars. The Hendersons were stockpilers, not preppers, not like the Kowalskis, but they clearly believed in buying in bulk. There are enough canned goods here to last me 2 months, maybe more. I start filling my backpack. Soup, beans, corn, tuna. I'm selective. High calories, high protein. Leave the stuff that's heavy but not nutritious. Work fast. The backpack is getting heavy, almost full. A sound from upstairs. I freeze. Listen. Footsteps. Slow, dragging. Someone's up there. One of them? Or a survivor? I should leave. Should get out now while I can. Take what I have and go. But something makes me hesitate. If it's a survivor, they might need help. Might have information. The footsteps are coming down the stairs. I move to the kitchen doorway, look into the living room. The stairs are on the far side. I can see a shape descending, slow, unsteady. Mrs. Henderson? I recognize her from the gray curls, from the floral dress she's wearing. She reaches the bottom of the stairs, turns toward the kitchen. Her eyes are milky. Her mouth is opening and closing. She sees me. The moan that comes from her throat is loud. Too loud. It echoes through the house, through the open windows. An alert. A dinner bell. I run, back through the kitchen, out the door, into the fog. Behind me, I hear Mrs. Henderson stumbling after me. Hear other sounds, too. Other infected responding to her call. Shapes moving in the fog. I sprint across the yard. The backpack is heavy, throwing off my balance. I stumble, nearly fall. Catch myself. Keep running. The fence. The gap. I throw myself through it, feel the boards scrape my arms. Something grabs my backpack. I twist, pull. The fabric tears. Cans spill out into the grass. No time. I leave them. Keep moving. My yard. The tree. The rope ladder is hanging down, swaying slightly in the fog. I grab it and climb, hand over hand. My shoulders are burning. The backpack is so heavy. Below me they're coming. I can hear them. Can't see them in the fog, but I can hear them. I pull myself into the treehouse, haul up the ladder, slam the trap door. 3 of them appear below, emerging from the fog like ghosts. Mrs. Henderson, the man in the business suit, Mr. Kowalski. They gather at the base of the tree, reaching up, moaning. I collapse against the wall of the treehouse. My heart is trying to break through my ribs. I'm shaking, hands trembling so badly I can barely unzip the backpack. I lost maybe a third of the cans, but I got enough. I got enough. I allow myself a small laugh, a tiny victory laugh. I'm alive. I made it. I have food. The infected below continue their vigil. After an hour, Mrs. Henderson wanders away. The business suit man follows. Mr. Kowalski stays. He always stays the longest. I eat a can of soup cold. It's tomato. Tastes like victory. That night, I can't sleep at all. The adrenaline is still singing through my veins. I keep reliving the moment when Mrs. Henderson saw me. The moment when I didn't know if I'd make it. I came so close. Inches, seconds. This is my life now. Inches and seconds. The margin between survival and death. I think about the Hendersons. Wonder what happened to them. Did they get sick here? In their house? Did they try to run? Did Mr. Henderson make it? Or is he shambling around somewhere, wearing his reading glasses and his cardigan, looking for someone to bite? I think about their son with the red pickup truck. Did he come to check on them? Did he try to save them? I think about all the people in all the houses around me. The Kowalskis and their beach vacation photo. My neighbor who built this tree house for kids who were probably dead now. The family in the rental property with their stick-figure drawings. All gone, all infected or dead, or fled to somewhere that probably isn't any safer than here. How many people are left? In this neighborhood? In this city? In the world? The radio picks up nothing. I've tried every frequency, every hour of the day, just static. Sometimes I think I hear voices in the static, but it's just my brain making patterns where there aren't any. Pareidolia for the ears. I am possibly the last living person in a radius of, I don't know, miles. Could be someone alive in the next neighborhood over. Could be I'm the last one in the whole state. No way to know. The loneliness is worse than the fear sometimes. I sleep in fits that night. Wake up every hour convinced I've heard something, a helicopter, a voice, rescue. But it's always nothing, just the wind, just the infected below. Morning comes gray and cold. The fog has burned off. I can see clearly now. 23 infected in my field of vision. I count them. I count them every morning. Yesterday there were 19. 4 new ones wandered in overnight. The number keeps growing. I do my morning routine. Check the water, check the food, eat a small breakfast, crackers and a can of peaches. The peaches are a luxury. I savor each bite. Then I do something I haven't done in a while. I climb to the highest point in the treehouse where the roof meets the tree trunk, and I look out over the neighborhood. From up here, I can see further, can see the roof lines of houses 6, 7 streets over, can see the smoke stains on the horizon where buildings burned, can see the empty streets, and I see movement, far away, at least 4 blocks north, something on a rooftop, a person, a living person, waving something, a cloth, a flag? I stare, blink, make sure I'm not imagining it. No, it's real. Someone is alive. Someone is signaling. I want to signal back, but I have nothing to signal with. No flag, no mirror to reflect the sun. I wave my arms, but I don't know if they can see me at this distance. Probably not. The person on the roof waves for a few more minutes, then disappears. Maybe going back inside. Maybe giving up. But they're there. Someone else made it. Someone else survived. I feel something I haven't felt in weeks. Hope, small and fragile, but real. I'm not alone. That thought sustains me for the next 3 days. Someone else is alive. If they made it, maybe others did too. Maybe there's a group of survivors. Maybe they have a plan, a safe place, a way out. Maybe I just need to last long enough to find them. I spend those 3 days preparing. I organize my supplies more efficiently. I repair the rope ladder where it's starting to fray. I reinforce the trap door with extra boards I scavenged from the Kowalski's shed. I make the treehouse as secure as possible, and I watch that rooftop. Every hour I check, looking for more signals, looking for proof that I didn't imagine it. On the 3rd day, I see smoke. Not from that rooftop specifically, but close. A few blocks away. Thick black smoke, the kind that comes from burning garbage or furniture. A signal fire maybe. Or a house burning down with someone inside. The smoke rises for an hour, then stops. I never see the person on the rooftop again. Maybe they left. Maybe they found a better place. Maybe they died. I don't let myself think about the last option. Week 9, or maybe it's week 10 now. The notebook is rain damaged and I've lost track. Doesn't matter. Time is measured differently now. In cans of food, in bottles of water, in close calls and quiet hours. The treehouse has become an extension of my body. I know every inch of it without looking. I can move through it in complete darkness. I know where the weak board is in the floor, front left corner. I know where the roof leaks, back left, front center. I know which branches creak when the wind blows, the one on the right side, the big one. I know the sounds of the tree itself, the way it groans and settles, the way it moves in storms. We've had 3 storms since I've been up here. Real storms with lightning and thunder and rain that comes down sideways. The first one terrified me. The wind was so strong I thought the treehouse would blow apart. I huddled in the center, wrapped in a blanket, sure that I was going to die. Either the tree would fall or the treehouse would collapse, or lightning would strike and that would be it. But the tree held. The treehouse held. I held. The second storm, I was prepared. I secured everything that could blow away. I wedged myself into the corner and waited it out. Still scared, but less so. The third storm, I almost enjoyed it. The rain was fresh water. Free water. I set out every container I had and collected gallons. The lightning was beautiful, electric fractals splitting the sky. The thunder was so loud it shook my chest, but it drowned out the moaning from below. For a few hours I couldn't hear the infected at all, just the storm, just nature being bigger and more powerful than any of this. When it was over, I felt clean, renewed. The rain had washed away weeks of grime and fear. I stripped naked and let the last of the rain fall on me, cold and pure. I laughed, actually laughed. One of the infected below looked up at the sound. Mr. Kowalski, always Mr. Kowalski. He reached toward me, fingers grasping at nothing. I stopped laughing. The food from the Henderson's house is lasting longer than I thought. I've gotten good at rationing, 1 can per day, supplemented with whatever I can scavenge. I found a bag of rice in the rental property, got it during a quick run on a foggy morning. Rice is good, filling. I can make a cup of rice last 2 days if I'm careful. I've lost weight. A lot of weight. My clothes hang loose, my ribs show. I avoid looking at my reflection in the water bottles. Don't want to see what I've become. But I'm alive. That's what matters. I'm alive. I've started marking the days on the wall of the treehouse. Scratch marks, like a prisoner. It feels melodramatic, but it helps. Gives me a sense of time passing. Gives me something to do with my hands during the long afternoons when there's nothing else to do. By my count, it's been 73 days. 73 days in this tree. Longer than I've stayed anywhere except the house I grew up in and the apartment Jennifer and I lived in before we bought the house. This treehouse is home now. I've personalized it, made it mine. The supplies are organized on the shelf I built. The tarp system is efficient, almost elegant. I've hung Jennifer's sweater on a nail where I can see it. I've propped up the Kowalski's family photo against the wall. The child's drawing is there too, the stick figures holding hands. These small touches matter. They make this feel less like a prison and more like, what? A sanctuary? A fortress? A coffin? No, can't think like that. I've developed a new routine. Every evening, right before dark, I talk out loud. I tell stories to the empty air, stories about before, about Jennifer, about my job, my friends, my life. The stories keep me human, remind me who I was. There was this time, I say to the darkening sky, when Jennifer and I went to the coast. Must have been 6 years ago. We rented this tiny cabin right on the beach. The first night we heard this scratching sound on the roof. Scared the hell out of us. Thought it was a raccoon or something. Turns out it was a seagull. Just a seagull pecking at the shingles. We laughed so hard. Can almost hear her laughing. That bright, clear laugh she had. We spent 3 days there, I continue. Walked on the beach, collected shells, made love with the windows open, listening to the waves. It was perfect. You were perfect. Below me, the infected moan and shuffle. They don't care about my stories, but I tell them anyway. Week 11, a heat wave. The temperature climbs to the high 90s, maybe higher. I don't have a thermometer. I just know it's hot. Dangerously hot. The treehouse becomes an oven during the day. The black shingles absorb the sun, radiate it down. I move to the shaded corner, but there's no real relief. The heat makes the infected more sluggish, but it also makes them smell worse. The rot accelerates. The stench from below is overwhelming. I tie a shirt around my face, but it doesn't help much. I drink more water. Have to. Dehydration will kill me faster than the infected, but drinking more means needing to refill the bottles more often, means more risk. I ration, sip carefully, wait for rain. On the 3rd day of the heat wave, one of the infected collapses, just falls down in my backyard and doesn't get up. I watch it for hours. It keeps moving its arms, its legs, but it can't stand. The heat? Decay? I don't know. Eventually it stops moving altogether. The others ignore it, walk right past it, step on it sometimes. They're not interested in their own dead. The next day, another one falls. Then 2 more. By the end of the week, there are 7 bodies lying in the yards around me. Still. Finally, still. The smell is indescribable. There are fewer of them now. Fewer standing, wandering, searching. The heat is killing them. Not fast, but steady. I allow myself a moment of optimism. If the heat keeps up, if enough of them fall, maybe I could make a run for it. Get out of this neighborhood entirely. Find other survivors. Find somewhere safer. But where? And how would I know it's safer? The infected are everywhere, or they seem to be. Going from one neighborhood to another might just mean trading one treehouse for a different kind of trap. Still, the idea sits in my mind. Escape. Possible escape. The heat wave breaks on day 8. A cold front moves through, brings rain and wind and dropping temperatures. The relief is immediate. I stand in the rain, let it cool my overheated skin, fill my bottles. I drink until my stomach hurts. The infected below become more active again, but their numbers are still reduced. 23 before the heat wave, 14 now, 9 dead in my field of vision alone. Multiply that across the neighborhood, across the city, and maybe the numbers are dropping significantly. Maybe this will end, not through military intervention or a cure, but through simple decay. They'll break down, fall apart, until there are none left. How long would that take? Months? Years? I can't stay in this treehouse for years, but I've lasted this long, 79 days, nearly 3 months. If I can last 3 more, 6 more, maybe the world will be safe enough to reclaim. Maybe. I've started exercising. Simple stuff. Push-ups, sit-ups, planks. The treehouse is small, but I can move my body. Need to stay strong. Muscle mass is disappearing along with the fat. I need to maintain what I can. It's hard. I'm tired all the time. The poor nutrition, the stress, the lack of proper sleep, it all adds up. But I push through. 20 push-ups in the morning, 20 at night, sit-ups in between, stretch, move, stay functional. Jennifer would approve. She was always after me to exercise more. "You're going to have a heart attack at 50, she'd say. "Get off the couch." I'd laugh. Tell her I'd start tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Now I exercise because I have to. Because week means dead. Week 12, I see a helicopter. Far away, just a black speck against the sky, but definitely a helicopter. It's flying low, maybe doing reconnaissance, looking for survivors, looking for safe zones. I want to signal it. I grab my flashlight, start flashing SOS. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, over and over. But the helicopter doesn't change course. It's too far away. It keeps flying, disappears over the horizon. I keep flashing anyway. For 10 minutes after it's gone, I keep flashing, just in case. Just in case there's another one. Just in case someone is looking. No one is looking. The flashlight batteries are low after that. I've wasted them. I put the flashlight away and promise myself I won't use it again unless absolutely necessary. That night, I cry for the first time since Jennifer died. Just sit in the corner of the treehouse and sob, huge body-shaking sobs that I have to muffle against my arm so the infected won't hear. The helicopter was hope. The helicopter was rescue, and it flew right past me. I'm gonna die up here, in this tree, alone. No, can't think like that. I force myself to stop crying, force myself to breathe, to think. I've lasted 12 weeks. That's 84 days. 12 weeks of surviving impossible odds. 12 weeks of outsmarting the infected, of rationing supplies, of staying sane in an insane world. That counts for something. That means something. I'm a survivor. Whatever else I am, I'm that. The next morning, I make a decision. I'm going to expand my territory. I've scavenged the immediate houses. Time to go further. There's a corner store 3 blocks away. I can see it from the highest point of the tree. Or I could before all this started. If I can get there, if the store hasn't been completely ransacked, there might be supplies, real supplies, food, water, medicine. It's risky. 3 blocks is a long way, but staying here is risky too. I'm running low again. Another 2 weeks and I'll be out of food entirely. I spend 2 days planning the route. I can't see all of it from the treehouse, so I have to extrapolate. Go through backyards where possible, avoid streets. Streets are too exposed, too likely to have infected. Backyards have fences, have cover. I map it out in my head. My yard to the Kowalskis. Kowalskis to the rental property. No, wait, Too many infected there. Kowalski's to the house on the other side, the one with the pool. I've never been there. Don't know what to expect. From there, I'll have to figure it out as I go. I gear up. Same routine. Boots, jeans, hoodie, knife, screwdriver, empty backpack. Dawn. Fog would be nice. There isn't any. Just clear, gray morning. The infected are in their dawn sluggishness. It'll have to be enough. I lower the ladder, climb down, move. The first 2 yards are familiar territory. I've been here dozens of times. I move fast, confident. Over the fence, through the Kowalski's yard, to the side fence. There's a gate here. I ease it open inch by inch. It creaks. I freeze. Listen. Nothing. Move through. The house with the pool. The backyard is huge, at least compared to the others. The pool is green, filled with algae and debris. The patio furniture is overturned. There's a bloodstain on the concrete. Big one. I don't look too closely. 2 infected in this yard. One by the pool, one near the back door of the house. Both have their backs to me. I move along the far fence, quiet as I can. The grass is overgrown here, too. It helps muffle my footsteps. I make it to the back corner of the yard. There's a gate here, too, leading to the next property. I test it. Locked. Of course it's locked. The fence is 6 feet. Wood, like most of them around here. I can climb it. I've climbed fences before. Just have to be quiet. I put my hands on the top of the fence, start to pull myself up. The wood creaks under my weight. Loud. Too loud. The infected by the pool turns around. It sees me. It's a woman, or was. Middle-aged, wearing a tennis outfit. Her face is gray, her eyes are milky, and her mouth is opening in that familiar moan. I haul myself over the fence as fast as I can, drop down on the other side, land hard, stumble. The backpack shifts, throws me off balance. I catch myself on a lawn chair, metal scraping on concrete. More sounds behind me, more of them drawn by the noise. I run. The next yard, a dog run, empty. No time to process details. Keep moving. Another fence. This one has a gap at the bottom where a dog must have dug under. I squeeze through, feel the dirt under my hands. Another yard. A playset. Swings moving slightly in the breeze. It's eerie, surreal. An infected child is sitting on one of the swings, just sitting there, swaying back and forth. It turns its head as I enter the yard, stands up. I freeze, can't help it. It's a kid, maybe 8 years old, blonde hair and pigtails, wearing a school uniform. She starts toward me. Same jerky walk, same gray skin, same milky eyes. She's just like the others. The age doesn't matter. She's infected. But I can't move. Can't make myself move. She's getting closer. 10 feet. 8. Move. Move. I break left. Go around her. She turns to follow, but she's slow. I'm faster. I make it to the next fence, climb over, don't look back, the next yard, and the next. I'm losing track. I'm just running now, jumping fences, cutting through yards. Behind me, I can hear them. Multiple sets of footsteps. They're following. Not fast, but persistent. I need to lose them. Need to find a place to hide, to wait them out. There, a shed. Big one, metal. The door is closed, but not locked. I yank it open, slip inside, pull it shut behind me. Darkness, complete darkness. I fumble for my flashlight. Remember, I'm trying to save batteries. I wait. Let my eyes adjust. The shed is full of lawn equipment, mower, tools, gas cans. It smells like motor oil and cut grass. Normal smells. Smells from before. I listen. Outside, the footsteps pass by. The moaning recedes. They're moving away. I wait. 5 minutes, 10, 15. Silence. I ease the shed door open, peek out. The yard is empty. I slip out, close the door. Where am I? I've lost my bearings. I look around, try to orient myself. There's a street visible between the houses. I'm close to the edge of the neighborhood. The corner store should be, that way. I move carefully now. Slowly. No more running. Running makes noise. One more yard, one more fence, and then I see it. The corner store. "Quick stop," the sign says. The windows are broken. The door is hanging open, and there are infected inside. I can see them through the broken glass. At least 6. They're wandering the aisles, bumping into shelves, knocking things over. Of course there are infected inside. Why would it be easy? I watch for a few minutes, trying to see if there's a pattern. A way in, the infected are concentrated near the front of the store. The back might be clearer. I circle around, staying low. There's a back door marked "Employees Only." It's closed. I try the handle. Locked. There's a window next to the door. Small, but big enough for me to fit through. And it's broken. Just jagged glass still in the frame. I use my knife to clear out the remaining glass. Careful. Quiet. Each piece I remove, I set down gently on the ground. When the frame is clear, I boost myself up and through, drop down on the other side into a storage room. It's dark. I risk the flashlight. Quick sweep. Shelves of supplies, boxes of chips, candy, cigarettes, a door leading to the main store. I turn off the flashlight, ease the door open. The main store is dim, lit only by the light coming through the broken windows. The infected are still at the front, shambling between the aisles. I'm at the back. There's a drink cooler to my right, shelves of dry goods to my left. I move to the shelves, grab what I can, crackers, beef jerky, granola bars, stuff the backpack, move quickly but quietly. One of the infected turns around, looks in my direction. I freeze, hold my breath. It stares, milky eyes scanning. Seeing, not seeing, I can't tell. It turns away, goes back to its aimless wandering. I keep packing. The backpack is getting heavy, almost full. There's a pharmacy section at the back of the store. I move toward it. Medicine. I need medicine, painkillers, antibiotics, anything useful. The pharmacy counter is trashed, glass everywhere, pill bottles scattered. I sort through them quickly, reading labels by the dim light. Ibuprofen, yes. Amoxicillin, yes. Some other things I don't recognize. I take them anyway. A sound behind me. I turn. One of them is right there, 5 feet away. Must have wandered over while I was focused on the pills. It's a man, old, wearing a quick stop uniform. Name tag says Gary. Gary lunges. I sidestep. He stumbles past, crashes into the pharmacy counter. I run, back toward the storage room. Gary is following. So are 2 others, drawn by the noise. I dive through the door to the storage room, slam it shut behind me. There's a lock. I turn it. The door shudders as Gary hits it from the other side. The other infected join him. The door is shaking, but it's holding. For now. The window. I go to the window I came through. Start to climb out. My backpack gets caught on the frame. I'm stuck. Half in, half out. The infected are pounding on the door. The lock won't hold much longer. I twist, pull. The backpack tears free. I fall out the window, land hard on the pavement outside. Pain shoots through my ankle. I've twisted it, maybe sprained it. No time to check. I get up, start limping away. Behind me, the door breaks. They're coming. I run, or try to. My ankle is screaming. Each step is agony, but I keep moving. Have to. I make it to the nearest yard, over the fence. Keep going. The pain is blinding. I'm leaving a trail. I can see spots of blood on the ground. Must have cut myself on the glass. Didn't even notice. Another yard. Another fence. I can't hear them anymore. Did I lose them? Or am I just too focused on the pain to hear? Find a garage. Doors open. I stumble inside, collapse against the wall. I'm shaking. Adrenaline crash. The ankle is swelling. I can see it even through my boot. The cut is on my arm. Long gash, bleeding steadily. Not deep, but not superficial either. I open the backpack with trembling hands. Find the first aid kit I grabbed from the store. Bandages, antiseptic. I clean the cut as best I can. It stings. I bite my lip to keep from making noise. Wrap it tight. The bleeding slows. The ankle. Nothing I can do about that. Ice would help, but there's no ice, no electricity, no freezer. Just have to keep weight off it. Hope it's not broken. I sit in the garage for an hour, maybe two, waiting for my heartbeat to slow, waiting for the pain to become manageable. Eventually, I have to move, have to get back to the treehouse. It's afternoon now. I've been gone for hours. The infected will be more active. The journey back is a nightmare. Every step on my injured ankle is torture. I have to stop every few minutes, rest against a fence or a wall. The infected are everywhere. I see them in the streets, in the yards, more than I've ever seen during a scavenging run. I'm making too much noise, limping, breathing hard. They're noticing, turning toward me, following. I don't have the speed to outrun them. I have to be smart. I double back, change directions, lead them in circles. Use fences and gates to create barriers. It's slow, exhausting, but it works. One by one, I lose them. By the time I see my oak tree, the sun is setting. The treehouse looks impossibly far away. My ankle is swollen to twice its normal size. I'm bleeding through the bandage on my arm. I'm carrying at least 30 pounds of supplies in the backpack. I don't know if I can make it up the ladder, but I have to try. I lower the rope ladder, start climbing. Each rung is agony. The ankle won't hold weight. I'm pulling myself up with just my arms. The cut on my arm reopens. Blood runs down to my elbow, drips to the ground below. Halfway up, I have to stop. Can't go further. Arms are shaking. Ankle is screaming. I hang there, muscles burning, and I look down. Mr. Kowalski is at the base of the tree, looking up at me, reaching. "Sorry, Mr. Kowalski," I whisper. "Not today." I find strength I didn't know I had. Pull myself up, one rung, another. I make it through the trap door, collapse on the floor of the treehouse. The backpack is still on. Can't move, can't even pull it off. I lie there as darkness falls. Below, the infected gather. They know I'm here. They always know. But I made it. I'm alive. The supplies in the backpack will last me another month, maybe more. I did it. I pass out. When I wake up, it's dark. My ankle is throbbing. My arm is stuck to my shirt with dried blood. Every muscle in my body aches. But I'm alive. I drag myself to a sitting position, lean against the wall, take inventory. The ankle is bad, definitely sprained, maybe fractured. I'll need to immobilize it, wrap it tight, stay off it as much as possible. In a treehouse, that's going to be difficult. The cut on my arm needs re-bandaging. I do it by feel in the darkness, cleaning it again, wrapping it fresh. It still hurts, but the bleeding has stopped. I eat a granola bar from my new supplies, drink some water, take 2 ibuprofen from the bottle I grabbed at the pharmacy. Then I sleep. Real sleep. The first deep sleep I've had in weeks. I dream of Jennifer. We're at the beach again, in that cabin. She's laughing at the seagull on the roof. The sound of the waves is soothing. I'm happy. I wake up and she's gone and I'm in a treehouse and the world is full of the infected. But I'm alive. Week 13. The ankle takes a week to heal enough that I can put weight on it. During that week, I can't scavenge, can't do anything except sit in the treehouse and ration my supplies and hope nothing goes wrong. Things go wrong. On day 3 of being immobilized, the tarp system fails. A strong wind rips it loose, and it blows away before I can catch it. There goes my water collection system. I'm back to hoping for rain and catching it in bottles. On day 5, I drop a can of soup through the trap door. My hands are shaking from hunger and fatigue, and I fumble it. The can falls through the trap door before I can catch it. Lands in the yard below. 15 infected immediately converge on it. They don't eat it, but they surround it, drawn by the sound. I can't get it back. One less can. On day 6, I hear gunshots, far away, maybe a mile. Someone else is alive, fighting. The gunshots continue for 10 minutes, then they stop. I never hear them again. I hope whoever it was made it. I hope they got away. But I don't think they did. On day 7, my ankle is healed enough to test. I put weight on it carefully. It holds. Still swollen, still painful, but functional. I'll be able to scavenge again. I need to. I've eaten through a week of supplies that were supposed to last a month. The math is getting bad. But first, I need a new tarp. Need to fix the water collection. I remember seeing a hardware store, or what was left of one, about 6 blocks away. Before all this, I drove past it every day on my way to work. Never went inside. Never had a reason. Now I have a reason. 6 blocks is far. Twice as far as the corner store. But I need that tarp. Need the water collection, or I'll die of dehydration before I starve. I plan the route. I'll go at dawn. Take it slow. The ankle needs to hold for the whole journey there and back. Dawn comes cold and gray. I gear up. Same routine, but I pack lighter this time. Need to save space for the tarp. Just the knife, the screwdriver, half-full backpack. I climb down. My ankle protests but holds. The first few yards are easy, familiar territory. Then I'm into new areas. Yards I've never seen before. Houses I've never entered. I keep to the fences, avoid open spaces, move slow and quiet. In the 3rd block, I see something that stops me cold. A survivor. A real, living person. She's in a 2nd-story window looking out. Young, maybe 25, short, dark hair. She sees me. Our eyes meet. For a moment, neither of us moves, just stare at each other. Then she waves, small, tentative wave. I wave back. She gestures, pointing at herself, then at me, then making a motion like she's drinking. She needs water. I pull out a bottle from my backpack, hold it up so she can see. Nod. She gestures again, asking me to wait. She disappears from the window. I wait. 1 minute. 2. This is dangerous. I'm exposed here. But there's another survivor. I can't just leave. She reappears, opens the window, lowers something on a rope, a basket. I understand. I put the water bottle in the basket. She pulls it up. She holds up the bottle. Mouths, "Thank you." I give her a thumbs up. She points at me again, then at the house, then makes a gesture like she's eating. She has food. She's offering trade. I nod. She lowers the basket again. This time, there are 2 cans in it. Soup. I take them, put them in my backpack, give her another thumbs up. She smiles. Actually, smiles. It's been so long since I've seen another person smile. Then she points behind me. I turn. 3 infected are coming around the side of the house, drawn by the movement, the basket, us. The woman in the window pulls the basket up quickly, closes the window. I run. My ankle screams, but I ignore it. I vault over the fence, land badly, keep moving. The infected follow. I lose them in the next yard, hiding behind a tool shed until they pass. My hands are shaking. From fear? From excitement? There are other survivors, not just the person on the roof I saw weeks ago. Real, living people, close by. I could go back, could try to communicate more. Maybe we could work together, pool resources, watch each other's backs. But the infected are everywhere. And communication means exposure, means risk. I don't go back. I continue toward the hardware store. The store is ransacked. Most of the useful stuff is gone. But I find what I need. A heavy-duty tarp in the back, missed because it was on a high shelf. I also find rope, duct tape, a small folding shovel, all useful. The backpack is full, heavy, but worth it. The journey back is slower. The ankle is really hurting now. I've pushed it too hard. Each step is careful, deliberate. Can't afford to fall, can't afford another injury. I make it back to my yard as the sun is setting. The infected are out in force, 27 in my field of vision. More than usual. I wait in the neighbor's shed until full dark. Then I make my move. Up the ladder, into the treehouse. Safety. I collapse and don't move for an hour. That night, I set up the new tarp. It's harder without the old system to build on, but I manage. Rope tied to branches, tarp angled to funnel water into bottles. It's not perfect, but it'll work. I eat one of the cans of soup the woman gave me. It's chicken noodle. It tastes like hope. I think about her, alone in that house. Second story. So probably safe from the infected, but alone. How long has she been there? Does she have enough supplies? Is she as scared as I am? I could go back, could check on her, No, too risky. She's surviving. I'm surviving. That has to be enough. But the thought stays with me. For the first time in months, I feel connected to something. Someone else is out there, dealing with the same nightmare. Someone else is making it work. I'm not alone. Week 14. I've settled into a rhythm again. The ankle is healing. The new tarp is working. I've rationed the supplies from the hardware store to last as long as possible. The infected numbers are still dropping. 27 a few days ago. 23 now. 4 more collapsed during a cold snap. Their bodies lie in the yards, still and quiet. The decay is accelerating. The ones that are still moving look worse every day. Skin sloughing off, bones showing through. They're literally falling apart. How much longer can they last? Weeks? Days? I allow myself to think about after, about when they're all gone, about reclaiming the neighborhood, the house, my life. What would that look like? Would other survivors emerge from their hiding places? Would we rebuild? Could we? Or is the damage too great? Is society too far gone to put back together? I don't have answers. I just have now. This moment, this day. And for now, that's enough. I've started a new project, building a better shelter within the tree house. The walls on 3 sides are good, but the open side is exposed, cold wind, rain, and it makes me feel vulnerable. Using boards I've scavenged, I'm building a partial wall on the open side. Not a complete enclosure. I need to be able to see out, to watch for threats, but enough to block the wind, to give me more privacy, more security. It's slow work. I have to be quiet. Every hammer strike is a risk. But I work during the day when the sounds of wind and birds can mask the noise. And I'm careful, so careful. Over a week, the wall takes shape. It's rough, amateur, but it works. The treehouse feels more like a real shelter now, more like home. I step back and look at what I've built. 4 walls, a roof, a water collection system, organized supplies. This is mine. I made this. I survived this long, and I made this. I feel something I haven't felt in a long time, pride. That night it rains, the new wall blocks the wind, the tarp funnels water into bottles. I lie in my shelter, dry and relatively warm, and I listen to the rain drumming on the roof. For the first time since this started, I feel safe. Week 15. I go to check on the woman. I know it's risky. I know I should stay focused on my own survival. But I can't stop thinking about her. About that smile. About another living person so close. I make the journey at dawn. My ankle is better, almost healed. I move quickly, confidently. I've gotten good at this, at moving through the infected without being seen. I reach her house, look up at the 2nd-story window. It's broken, glass shattered. The curtain is fluttering in the breeze. No. I circle the house, the back door is open. There's blood on the doorframe. No, 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 I should leave. Should get out of here, but I need to know. I enter the house, quiet, knife ready. The 1st floor is empty. Signs of struggle, overturned furniture, more blood. I go upstairs. The landing is clear. There are 3 doors. 2 are closed. 1 is open. I approach the open door. Look inside. It's a bedroom. The window, the one where I saw her, is broken from the inside, like something went through it, or someone. There's blood on the floor. A lot of it, and drag marks leading to the window. I look out. In the yard below, I see her. or what's left of her. Gray skin, milky eyes, wandering in circles. She's one of them now. I back away from the window. My hands are shaking. My vision is blurring. She was alive. She survived. And now she's gone. How? What happened? Did she try to escape? Did they get in? Did she fall? I'll never know. I leave the house. I don't run. I just walk. Numb, empty. Back in the treehouse, I sit in the corner and stare at nothing. The soup cans she gave me are on my supply shelf. Chicken noodle. I'll never eat them. Can't. They're all I have left of her. Proof that someone else made it, even if only for a while. I don't cry. I'm beyond tears now. I just sit. Night falls. The infected moan below. The rain starts again. I'm alone. Week 16. I've stopped counting days. The notebook is full. The walls of the treehouse are covered in scratch marks. I've lost track. Does it matter? Time is measured in heartbeats now, in breaths, in the space between moments of terror. I'm running low on food again. The supplies from the corner store are almost gone. I'll need to scavenge soon. But where? I've cleared out most of the nearby houses. The hardware store had nothing edible. The corner store is too dangerous to go back to. There's a grocery store. I can see it from the tree if I climb high enough. It's far, maybe 10 blocks, but it's big. If there's anything left, it would be there. 10 blocks. That's a journey. A real expedition? Not a scavenging run. An expedition. I'd need to prepare, plan carefully. Bring more than just the backpack. Maybe find a cart or wagon to carry more supplies. But the risk. 10 blocks of exposure. Hundreds of infected between here and there. Maybe thousands. I spend 3 days thinking about it, weighing the options. Option 1. Go to the grocery store. High risk, high reward. If I make it, I could have enough food to last months. If I don't make it, Option 2. Stay here. Ration what I have. Hope for a miracle. Slowly starve. There's no Option 3. I choose Option 1. I spend another 2 days preparing. I scout the route as best I can from the treehouse. I plan waypoints, places to rest, places to hide if things go wrong. Pack light. The knife, the screwdriver. 2 empty backpacks. I'll wear one, carry the other. Water bottles, the first aid kit, the ibuprofen. I leave the soup cans from the woman. They stay on the shelf. A memorial. Dawn. I climb down. The journey starts well. The first few blocks are familiar. I know the patterns here, know which yards to avoid, which fences have gaps. Block 4 is new territory. I slow down, move, carefully. There's a park here, overgrown and wild. The playground equipment is rusted, empty, except it's not empty. There are infected on the playground, 6 of them. They're just standing there. Not moving, not searching, just standing. I give the park a wide berth, circle around it, add 10 minutes to my journey but avoid the confrontation. Block 5, Block 6, I'm making good time. The sun is rising. The infected are becoming more active. I find a house with a garage. Doors open, I slip inside to rest. Check my ankle. It's holding up. A little sore but functional. I eat a small snack, drink some water, 5 minutes, then I keep moving. Block 7. This is a commercial area. Shops, offices, more infected here. Way more. They're packed into the street, shoulder to shoulder, no way through. I'll have to go around. Find another route. I backtrack, cut through an alley, come out on a side street. Less infected here. Maybe 20. I can work with that. I move along the buildings, stay in the shadows. The infected are clustered around something in the middle of the street. A car? A body? I can't tell. Don't want to know. I make it to the end of the street. Block 8. The grocery store is visible now. 2 more blocks. But there's a problem. The street in front of the grocery store is packed. I'm talking hundreds of infected. They're everywhere, packed in so tight they can barely move. They're pressing against the store windows, against the doors, trying to get in. Why? Is there someone inside? Or is it just instinct? Drawn to a place that used to mean food? I can't get through that. No way. Even if I could sneak past them, the store is inaccessible. Every door and window is blocked by bodies. I watch from a rooftop, climbed up a fire escape to get a better view. I watch for 30 minutes. The horde doesn't move, doesn't thin. Just a solid mass of infected. The grocery store is a bust. I feel the hope drain out of me. I came all this way, risked everything, and for nothing. But I can't go back empty-handed. Can't. I'll starve within a week. I scan the area. There, across from the grocery store, a pharmacy. Smaller, less conspicuous. The infected aren't focused on it. It's worth a try. I descend the fire escape, circle around, approach the pharmacy from the back. The back door is locked. There's a window. I break it as quietly as I can, climb through. Inside, it's dark. I risk the flashlight. The pharmacy has been looted, but not thoroughly. There are still things on the shelves. I move to the food aisle. Protein bars? Yes. A few cans of soup? Yes. Some crackers, stale but edible? Yes. I pack the first backpack full. It's not much. Maybe 2 weeks of food if I ration carefully. But it's something. I keep searching. Find a stash of candy bars behind the counter, grab them all. High calories. That's what matters. The second backpack is half full when I hear it. Breaking glass from the front of the store. They're coming in. I move to the back, the window I came through. Start climbing out. A hand grabs my ankle. I look down. One of them. Don't know where it came from. Didn't see it. It's pulling me back inside. I kick. My boot connects with its face. The grip loosens. I pull free, scramble out the window. Outside, I run. Both backpacks are heavy. I'm off balance, but I run. Behind me, they're pouring out of the pharmacy. 5, 10, more. I don't look back, just run. I make it 2 blocks before I have to stop. Can't breathe, lungs burning. I duck into an alley, hide behind a dumpster. They run past. Don't see me. Keep going. I wait. 5 minutes, 10. Catch my breath. The backpacks are intact. The food is safe. Now I just have to get home. The journey back takes 6 hours. I have to double back twice to avoid hordes. Have to hide 4 times. By the time I see my oak tree, the sun is setting and I'm exhausted, but I made it. I climb up, pull up the ladder, collapse in the tree house. 2 backpacks of food. Maybe 3 weeks worth. Not great, but enough to survive a little longer. That night, I eat a protein bar and try not to think about what happens when the food runs out again. Try not to think about how many more trips I can make before my luck runs out. Try not to think about the woman in the window. Try not to think. Week 17. Or maybe 18, I don't know anymore. The food is lasting longer than I thought. I'm rationing hard, 1 small meal a day. It's not enough. I'm losing more weight, getting weaker. But I'm alive. The infected numbers continue to drop. There are only 17 in my field of vision now. 17 out of what used to be dozens. The bodies on the ground outnumber the ones still walking. They're falling apart, literally. One of them lost an arm yesterday, just fell off. The infected didn't seem to notice. Just kept walking, one-armed, mouth opening and closing. How much longer can this last? I spend my days watching, observing. I've become a student of the infected. I know their patterns, their behaviors. I know which ones are slower, which ones are more aggressive. I've given some of them names. Mr. Kowalski, of course. He's still here, still the most persistent. Always at the base of the tree. There's one I call the jogger, because she's wearing running clothes. She moves faster than the others. I avoid her. There's Business Suit, the one from the Henderson's yard. He's still around, minus 1 shoe now. There's Pigtails, the infected child from the yard with the playset. She wanders by every few days. I hate seeing her. Naming them is probably unhealthy, probably a sign I'm losing it, but it helps. Makes them feel less like an endless horde and more like, I don't know, problems I can manage, obstacles I can navigate. One morning, I see something that changes everything. The jogger collapses, just stops moving and falls down. She doesn't get back up, doesn't even twitch. She's dead, actually dead. I watch for an hour. She doesn't move. By evening, she's still down. The next day, another one falls. Business suit. He collapses mid-step, crashes to the ground. Still, they're dying. The infection is burning out, or they're decaying past the point where their bodies can function. Either way, they're dying. Within a week, the number drops from 17 to 9. 9. I can count them on my fingers. For the first time, I let myself believe this might end, really end, that I might actually survive this. Week 19. 8 infected left. Then 7. Mr. Kowalski is still one of them. Of course he is. Stubborn even in death. I make plans. When the last one falls, I'll wait 3 days. Make sure it's really over. Then I'll venture out, really out. I'll explore the neighborhood, see who else made it, see what's left. Maybe I'll find other survivors. Maybe we can start rebuilding, maybe. Week 20. 5 infected left. I'm out of food, completely out. I ate the last protein bar yesterday. I have water, but no food. I have to go out, have to scavenge. But I'm so weak, I haven't eaten a real meal in days, weeks. I don't know if I can make it, but I have to try. I climb down. It takes forever. My arms are shaking. My legs won't hold weight properly. I make it to the ground. Start toward the nearest house. My house. Maybe there's something I missed. Something in the back of a cupboard. Mr. Kowalski sees me. He starts toward me. That familiar shuffle. That relentless approach. I try to run. My legs won't cooperate. I stumble, fall. Mr. Kowalski is getting closer. I crawl, hands and knees, toward the tree, toward the ladder. He's 5 feet away. 3. I grab the ladder. Start climbing. He grabs my foot. I kick. He holds on. I kick again, harder. His fingers slip. I climb. Halfway up, I look down. He's reaching, always reaching. Sorry, Mr. Kowalski, I whisper. Not today. I make it into the tree house, lie on the floor, gasping. That was close, too close. I'm too weak, can't scavenge like this, can't survive. I need food. That night, I make a decision. Tomorrow, I'm going to try something desperate. I'm going to bait them away from the tree, throw something to create noise at the far end of the yard. When they go to investigate, I'll climb down and make a run for the nearest house, get food, get back before they return. It's risky. If it doesn't work, if they don't take the bait, I'm dead. But if I don't try, I'm dead anyway. Dawn. I find a heavy stick in the treehouse. A piece of scrap wood from my wall building project. I throw it as far as I can. It lands in the Kowalski's yard. Makes a loud clatter. All 5 infected turn toward the sound. They start moving that direction. Now. I climb down the ladder, fast as I can with my weakened state. Hit the ground, run to my house. The sliding glass door is still open. I go inside, the kitchen, the pantry. I tear through it. Empty. Empty. There's nothing. Wait. Top shelf. In the back, box of pasta. I grab it. Check the expiration date. 2 years old. Don't care. I hear moaning. They're coming back. I run. Out the door. Across the yard. Mr. Kowalski is coming around the side of the house. I reach the ladder, start climbing. He grabs the bottom of the ladder, pulls. The ladder swings. I hold on, keep climbing. He's pulling harder. The rope is creaking. I make it to the trap door. Pull myself through, haul up the ladder. Mr. Kowalski is below, still reaching. I made it. I have food. I boil water using the camping stove. Cook the pasta. It's plain, no sauce, no salt, just pasta and water. It's the best thing I've ever tasted. Week 21, 3 infected left. Mr. Kowalski, pigtails, and one I don't have a name for, a woman in a floral dress. The pasta lasted 4 days. Now I'm out again. But there are only three left. I can outlast 3. I have to. Week 22. 2 infected left. Floral dress collapsed yesterday, just stopped in the middle of the yard and fell down. Now it's just Mr. Kowalski and pigtails. 2. I can see the end. It's right there. I'm so hungry I can't think straight. Haven't eaten in 3 days. The water keeps me going, but barely. I hallucinate. See Jennifer in the corner of the treehouse. She's smiling, telling me I'm doing great, telling me to hold on. I know she's not real, but I talk to her anyway. Almost there, Jen. Just a little longer. I know, she says. I'm proud of you. I miss you. I miss you too. She fades. I'm alone again. Week 23, 1 infected left. Pigtails fell this morning. I watched her collapse, watched her stop moving. Now it's just Mr. Kowalski. 1 infected, 1 obstacle between me and freedom. He's still at the base of the tree, still reaching, still waiting. I watch him. This man who was my neighbor, who complained about his hip surgery, who smiled and waved when I mowed the lawn. He's barely recognizable now. Most of his skin is gone. His clothes are rags. But he's still moving, still searching. Why won't you just die? I whisper. He doesn't answer, just keeps reaching. I'm too weak to go down, too weak to scavenge. I'm dying up here, and he's dying down there, and we're in this stalemate. I have water. I can last maybe a week on just water. Maybe less. Come on, Mr. Kowalski, fall down. Just fall down. But he doesn't. Days pass. I lose track. I'm fading in and out. Sometimes I'm in the treehouse. Sometimes I'm at the beach with Jennifer. Sometimes I'm somewhere else entirely. I dream about food, vivid dreams, steaks, pizza, ice cream. I wake up with my mouth watering, stomach cramping. Mr. Kowalski is still there. I think about going down, trying to fight him. I have the knife. He's in terrible shape. Maybe I could do it. But I can barely sit up. Can't climb down the ladder. Can't fight. Can't do anything but wait. More days. Maybe. Time is weird now. I'm lying on the floor of the treehouse. Too weak to move. Too weak to care. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Surviving 3 months just to starve 20 feet from food. I close my eyes. A sound wakes me, a crash. I force my eyes open, look down through the trap door. Mr. Kowalski has fallen. He's on the ground, not moving, dead, finally dead. I wait, have to be sure. I watch for an hour. 2. He doesn't move. I've won. The infected are gone. I try to stand, can't. Too weak. I crawl to the edge of the treehouse, look down at the yard. No infected, none. Just bodies, still bodies. It's over. I did it. I survived. I try to climb down the ladder, make it 3 rungs before my strength gives out. I fall, land hard in the grass. The impact doesn't hurt. I'm too numb to feel it. I lie there staring up at the sky. It's blue, beautiful. I'm free. I just need to get up. Need to find food. I close my eyes, just for a minute, just to rest. I wake up. Don't know how much later. I'm still in the yard, still alive. The sun is in a different position. Hours have passed. I force myself to move, crawl toward the house, the sliding glass door, the kitchen. There has to be something, anything. The refrigerator is a biohazard. I avoid it. The cabinets, I search them all, find a jar of peanut butter in the back of one. Expired, but sealed. I unscrew the lid with shaking hands, eat with my fingers, don't even taste it, just swallow. The calories hit my system, energy, tiny bit of energy. I keep eating, half the jar. My stomach cramps. I stop. Don't want to make myself sick. I sit on the kitchen floor. In my kitchen, in my house, I'm home. I look around. Everything is exactly as I left it. The breakfast dishes, Jennifer's coffee mug with the chip. 3 months. I survived 3 months in a treehouse. And now I'm home. I don't know how long I sit there. Eventually, I force myself up. Explore the house. Upstairs, the bedroom. The bed is unmade. I lie down on it. Real mattress, real pillow. I sleep for 14 hours. When I wake, it's morning. Sunlight streaming through the window. I feel human again. Weak, but human. I go downstairs, eat more peanut butter, drink water from the tap. It works. The water still works. I go outside. The yard is quiet. The bodies are still there, but they're just bodies, not threats. I walk to the fence, look into the neighbor's yard. More bodies. Still. I walk around the neighborhood, slowly, carefully, looking for survivors. I don't find any. But I find supplies. House is full of supplies. I've been so focused on staying alive that I didn't realize how much is just sitting here, unclaimed. Over the next week, I recover. I eat. I sleep in a real bed. I clean myself. I heal. I keep expecting the infected to come back, for it to be a trick. But they don't. They're gone. All of them. I'm alive. I survived. Now I have to figure out what comes next. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Today, I'm just going to sit on my porch, drink clean water, eat peanut butter straight from the jar, and I'm going to watch the sun set on a world that's mine again. From up in the oak tree, the treehouse looks small, fragile. I can't believe I lived in that thing for 3 months, but I did. I survived. And maybe, just maybe, I'm going to be okay. The scars on my arm from the pharmacy cut are healing. The ankle doesn't hurt anymore. My body is recovering. Now I just need my mind to catch up. But one day at a time. One day at a time.